Okay everyone, it's Voodoo51292 and this video is going to be my basically my impressions after my first day of playing Crysis 2. I played it for about 3 hours tonight, and to be honest with you, I have to admit I'm not overly impressed with it right now. There's a lot of things going on that I'm not a huge fan of, and the whole game is kind of weird in itself. The combat is definitely taking some time to get used to. I still don't really feel comfortable with it. And the number one thing I'm having a problem with is that they're talking about all this stuff, and you're trying to get to this doctor in the game right now, and there's absolutely no indication to you of the story whatsoever. I didn't play Crysis 1, and as I said a few times during my actual playing of the game, people who are playing this game on console, Crysis 2, chances are that they did not play Crysis 1 on the PC. You gotta understand, if they played Crysis 1 on the PC, they were probably a PC gamer, which means that they're gonna buy Crysis 2 for the PC, and they're not gonna be playing it on console. And two, console gamers, this is the game that they're getting introduced to the Crysis series. I mean, Crysis 1 wasn't on console, so again, people who have bought this game on a console probably didn't play Crysis 1 because they're probably not PC gamers, they're console gamers. So you would think that in Crysis 2 that they would give you some indication of the backstory of what's happening or anything else. There's nothing. There's no backstory at all right now that they provide. It's absolutely awful. If you did not play the first game of Crysis, then you have no idea what's going on. The little bit I do know is just from reading the summary of the first game. Had I just played this game without even reading the summary of the first game, I would be 100% completely lost, and that is garbage. How do you port a game from a PC only to a console, and you have absolutely no way to inform the people who bought it on console what the story is or what's going on? There's nothing. The beginning sequence of the game is complete nonsense to me. It makes no sense because I didn't play the first game, and again, most likely people who are playing this didn't play the first game. And they have done nothing, absolutely nothing to this point. I'm 3 hours in, they've done nothing to explain who you are, what you're trying to do, what is even going on in the world. They have done nothing, and it's ridiculous. Again, the combat is weird, and half the time the enemy spawning system makes no sense. They randomly spawn around you. There's no systematic way of really doing much, because the enemies randomly spawn out of thin air, it seems. On places of the level that you've already cleared out, they respawn there for some reason, I mean, I just finished this really aggravating part where I literally spent an entire an entire video, almost 15 minutes, trying to do this one part that was completely stupid and was ridiculously hard, and I didn't even actually do it the right way. I actually got tired. You were supposed to destroy some tanks or something, and I just couldn't do it. So I just got out of the tank and sprinted past the level after about 10 times of death trying to do it the right way. So I gotta say right now, 3 hours in, I'm unfortunately disappointed by this game because I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what the plot of this game is. I have no idea what the story is. They did absolutely nothing in this game. They made no attempt to try to explain to the people who bought, who are trying to introduce themselves to the series. It's only the second game, and it was a big deal that it was ported to consoles, but apparently Crytek did not feel it was necessary to inform the people who were introduced to it on console what actually happened in the first game. If you don't play the first game, you're completely screwed, and have no idea what's going on in this game. And that's what's happening to me right now. Again, you know, I'm about 3 hours of playing into the game, and you know, I have no idea what's happening. I'm completely confused. I'm just running around trying to do the objectives, and again, the beginning of the game, I have no idea what it meant. I don't know. You know, I'm completely stumped at this point, and I'm really not overly impressed right now with the game. I have to say, so that's disappointing, because I thought this was going to be a really good game, and obviously there's still a lot to go, so it could turn around. You know, towards the end, I can't judge the entire game off the first 3 hours of playing, but what I can say is my first impressions aren't too great, which I'm disappointed at. I really expected this to be a great game, and yeah, the graphics are good, but you know, there's a lot of games whose graphics are good. The problem with this game is that there's no explanation of the plot. Honestly, I think maybe even people who played the first game might be confused in this game what the hell's going on, because, you know, I really don't know. It's very weird, and you have a suit that talks to you for some reason. I don't even know why that is, but yeah, I don't even know who the enemies are. There's these enemies called Cell. It's an acronym. And they're wearing nanosuits too. I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know what part they're playing in the story. I've fought a few aliens. I don't know what their part is in the story. I have no idea what's going on. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep playing. I'm probably gonna play some more tomorrow night when I get back to to my dorm room tomorrow night. And but hopefully, I can beat it over the course of this week, because it doesn't look like I'm going to be too busy this week as far as school. I hope not. So I'm going to try to beat it this week, and try out the multiplayer, which I found out that you could actually, you can actually play the multiplayer without a code, which is pretty good. So, but, you know, hey, that's that. Not overly impressed with the game right now after day one, but we're gonna keep playing tomorrow night and over the course of the week, and maybe it'll turn around. Maybe everything will become clear. I don't know. But anyway, 3 hours in, and that's my impression so far. So if you've watched all the videos up until this point, I hope you have enjoyed it. Maybe you understand it better than I have. Maybe you played the first game, or maybe you're getting something that I'm not getting. I don't know, but anyway, 3 hours into Crysis 2, and look for more videos of the campaign to come up later this week. Thanks, guys.